Israel, oameni și fapte. O emisiune alfa-omega născută din dorința de a vorbi de bine poporul Domnului din Israel. Aceste înregistrări, realizate de alfa-omega în Israel, aduc în fața dumneavoastră locuitori sau misionari din Israelul zilelor noastre, cu mărturiile lor, cu poveștile lor de viață. Oameni care trăiesc într-o țară cum nu este alta pe pământ, țara aleasă de Dumnezeu pentru poporul său, Israel.
Suntem la o nouă emisiune Israel, oameni și fapte și în această emisiune am vrea să vă aducem în fața dumneavoastră un alt creștin care locuiește în orașul vechi, care are un mic magazin de artizanat, de obiecte făcute în lemn, de bijuterii din argint. Acest magazin este afacerea de familie a lui Henry și a familiei lui. El este un creștin armean cu rădăcini vechi în zona aceasta și cu o istorie semnificativă. Ne-a spus-o cu durere pentru că ei, ca și creștini armeni, au avut de suferit destul de mult în vremurile vechi și ca un fapt special este că de fiecare dată când intru în magazinul lui Henry, este plin de ospitalitate și abia așteaptă să ne arate lucrurile noi pe care le are spre a fi vândute turiștilor. Dar în mod deosebit am găsit în vitrina lui cu bijuterii de argint, care sunt foarte multe cu semnificație biblică, sunt foarte frumoase. Dar am găsit o cheiță pe care m-a cucerit și am să vă arăt, o port de ani de zile deja, această cheiță pe care am cumpărat-o din magazinul lui Henry. Este o cheiță pe care este un verset din Cântarea Cântărilor, că eu sunt a prea iubitului meu și prea iubitul meu este al meu. Și este ca o rededicare a mea continuă înaintea Domnului, că sunt a Domnului și că Domnul este în inima mea. Și în același timp am luat-o ca și fiind o invitație continuă de a mă ruga. Cheia rugăciunii este importantă pentru noi ca și copii ai Domnului. Haideți să-l vedem acum împreună cu dumneavoastră pe Henry. El se va prezenta cu numele lui de familie, care e puțin mai greu de pronunțat. Și să vedem povestea lui Henry.
My name is Henry Semerdjian, and I'm Armenian, and I was born in Jerusalem. My family comes originally from the Turkey, but from the occupied area, which was taken in the war in 1915. And I'm the third generation who's living in Jerusalem. My grandfather, he came here in early 30s. First, they ran away from Armenia, Turkish area, which is now under control of Turkey. And they went to Aleppo, which is in Syria, a town called Aleppo. And hardly they survived. Most of the relatives, they were all killed in the war in 1915. And my grandfather, he was kind of a preacher also in the village. And he saw that there's no choice, that they should leave the village and go out. He was preaching in the village, not in a church. They didn't have a church. It was in the middle of the village, and people, they used to sit on the ground, on the dust, and my grandfather was preaching about the Bible. My grandfather, when the war started, he and a couple of relatives, they ran out. All he got with him was the Bible. He took the Bible and he came to city and passed the border, and he came to a city called Aleppo in Syria, which we have war now at the moment. And he stayed for a while. Then he came in the beginning of the 30s, 1930s. He came to Jerusalem by carrying also the Bible. He wanted to come to Jerusalem because Jerusalem was a dear place for him, like what he reads it was fulfilled with his spirit. He wanted to come and to be established here in Jerusalem. So he came, and my father, he came also, and we were born in Jerusalem. We are here now from that time, from 1930s until now. But when we came as refugees, and nobody took care of us. But when we came here, there was an Armenian community here. And when the church saw that there is a lot of Armenians are coming from the war, the church compound there, it was opened, and the bishop, he ordered to the people to take these refugees in and provide for them place to stay and provide for them food to live there. We stayed a little bit there in the compound. Then after that, you know, my father, he is a jeweler. He studied to be a famous jeweler in this land. And after that, you know, life has changed. You make money and you start having a business. And we follow the footsteps of our father. We continue working in this business. We have opened this shop in like 58 years ago. My father passed away, and my mother also. And we, as brothers, we continue working in the same place for many years. It's not easy to survive. And, you know, we as Armenians, you know that we have here the Armenian quarter. We live in that area, next to the Jewish quarter and next to the Muslim quarter, and the other side is the Christian quarter. Like you see that the old city is divided to 4 quarters. So one of the major quarters is to the Armenians. Armenians are here from the 2000 years back, but we have a church here. It is from the 4th century. And there is a public school, they have a seminary school, there is a library, and of course we have some clubs, educational and scouting and so on in the community to keep the community busy by having all kinds of projects in this place. We are at the moment as Armenians about 3,500 all over Israel. Mostly they are 2,500, they are in Jerusalem. We have little bit small community in old Jaffa, and we have also another small community in Haifa. So these people also, they are attached to the community here, and you know, in everything what they do, they are attached to this church, this place. Like I said, Armenians are scattered all around the world. We, at the moment, we have our independent Armenia. You know that it was under control of Soviet Union, and now they were the first nation who left the communism in the 1989, 1990, and they became independent Armenia. So now it's called Republic of Armenia. There we have about 3 million Armenians, and we have about 7 million Armenians all around the world. We have also in Romania Armenian community, and Armenian community in Romania, mostly in Bucharest area and so on. And biggest community out of Armenia, we have it in the United States. There we have in California about 1 million, 50,000 in New York, some in Florida, some in Texas. We have in Australia also big community. They are all scattered. Regarding in Syria, which is mostly in Aleppo, we used to be 500,000 before the war. Before the war, this war I mean, which is happening now, 7 years, they are, these Christian communities, they are suffering there. they were in Aleppo about 500,000 Armenians. At the moment they are about 30 or 40,000 Armenians. The rest they have left, and mostly they moved to Armenia, and they provided for them places to stay, and they are working there. But also some, they were killed in the war. A lot of churches were destroyed there. And at the moment we have, like I said, 30 to 40,000 Armenians living in Syria, in Aleppo mostly. We have also a small community also in Damascus, but Damascus area is still unharmed. They are okay. They are living in a better way. There is Armenian communities. They live in Arabic countries, like in Jordan, in Iraq, like I said, in Syria, in Egypt. They are all fine, and they are living equally as other citizens in their countries. And, we don't like to rely on benefits of the government and so on. We are hard-working people, hard-working nation, and we like to work hard so we can live. We cannot wait till somebody to come and help us. That's our aim, to work independently and work and rely on our arms. That's why we can approach to better life. So we are here at the moment, like small community, and I am sorry to tell you that we are located in a nice area of the Jerusalem Old City. We used to be here about 20 Armenian stores around me, which is going down. At the moment, we are the only ones left. And there is a couple of other Armenian shops, which goes down to the Christian quarter. And they are good hard workers. They are famous in making jewelry. They are famous making ceramics. The ceramic work came from Kütahya, from Turkish, the Armenian area from Turkey, that they brought this beauty of ceramics, making it here in Jerusalem. And there is also very, very good photographers in this land, which is Armenians. They are famous in it. And one of them was my uncle, who was a famous photographer in this land. There is shoemakers, there is carpet makers. All these jobs, it's found by Armenians. The same thing, you can find them back home in Romania, that they are experts in this. We have a lot of doctors now. We have engineers, all kinds of profession that they work in this thing. This school that I'm talking about, which is the community school, there is, we have like about 150 to 180 students in that school. And the classes are boys and girls, and they teach about 4 or 5 languages in that school, which is the mother tongue is Armenian, English, Arabic, Hebrew, and French. So I think it is one of a kind in this land in Israel to learn 5 languages for the children, starting when they are kids, to learn these 5 languages quickly. So they will, once they graduate, they will be speaking all these 4 or 5 languages fluently and writing it. And after, when they graduate, they will be ready to go to any university that they want. Of course, we have very famous doctors came out from this school, engineers, but unfortunately they didn't come back. They stayed in foreign countries and they want to stay there, so they don't want to come here. We had a war between Turkey and Armenia in 1915. And you know that the Turks, they have killed 1.5 million Armenians in Armenia. And some, they left, they ran away and through the desert, because between Turkey and Syria there is a desert. And by running out, they died also in the middle of the desert. And the Armenians, they commemorate this in April 24. Every year, April 24, they commemorate the anniversary of the genocide, which was done in 1915. We are peaceful people. We don't like violence. We have to love people. And by love, you can earn friendship and love. We never ask from them revenge. We are, like I said, peaceful people. We love everybody, and we want them to accept that they have done this, and until now they don't respond on this, but they are continuing it to do other things on other nations, which is wrong. I say to Romanians, we love you, and we want you to be alert, because life has changed now. The old good days has gone, and you have to come see there will be black days also coming to the nations if they don't follow God. It's very important that they have to trust in the Lord, in God, that they can be saved from these tragedies. This is a big tragedy for us. That's why when people, they don't look after us, other tragedies, it happens in the other side of the world, and still the world is not talking, and nobody cares about what's happening here and what's happening there. And you can see Syria is suffering, Iraq is suffering, Yemen is suffering, and nobody cares about it. I don't know what to tell you. Everything is under control of God, and God is in charge of this, and you know, there's a judgment on all nations who doesn't do their jobs. God has to bring, we have to, first of all, we have to come together. We have to be all together, because that's the biggest power of to be together, is one nation and to be one voice. But if you are in different communities and we are scattered, we are kind of very weak, and we ask the help. But the help of God is not enough until you join all of us together and ask that help, which is very important, that we should be all together to make it one voice. You know, I have a lot of friends from the school. Mostly they have immigrated to America and Australia. And but I like to stay where I was born, and I want to continue the way that our parents, they showed us how to be humble and stay in this business. I'm not going anywhere, so I'll be staying here. I always tell them, that, by reading the Bible is not enough to fulfill your heart. You have to visit the land. And when you visit the land, then you understand what's the meaning of the scriptures there in the Bible. And don't forget that this is home for us also, for you who believes in this land. It's part of you. I know you were born in Bucharest, in Romania, in this, but remember, for everyone who wants to come, they should feel here like home. They shouldn't feel like I'm going to another country and so on. This is different, because this, when it teaches us the book, it teaches us how to love. Okay? And this is, I call it home, and I wish everybody of your people who sees us to come and visit this beautiful land. The land who is, everything is in it, and I welcome them. God bless you, and God bless your ministry and your people who are seeing us, and I hope one day they will come and visit us here. Thank you.
Am urmărit împreună această istorie a lui Henry și a povestea familiei lui și a comunității de creștini armeni. Este o provocare pentru noi ca și creștini să înțelegem diferitele dimensiuni ale creștinismului și haideți să ne rugăm pentru creștinii armeni din această parte de lume, din Israel, care locuiesc aici de generații și care au nevoie de rugăciunea noastră ca să se apropie de Domnul mai mult și ei. Aceasta a fost o ediție specială a emisiunii Israel, oameni și fapte și vă așteptăm cu drag la o ediție următoare.